Okay guys, we are back today with a new video of my new to me 1998 Buick LeSabre. Now pretty much, if you're all wondering, where's the ST at? I still have it. I'm still gonna have it. This is replacing the Honda Odyssey. Now I will have a video on that as well, but I actually picked this up last night and I haven't even washed it yet, and I just want to have a video out of when I first got the car. I mean, when I go home, I'm going to take it over, I'm going to clay bar it, I'm going to wash it, I'm just going to go over it real well and detail it. As long story short, this car was traded in as a new car trade at a Chevy dealership, and that Chevy dealership was not going to sell a car this old, so they sent it to either a used car auction or one of the local smaller car dealerships. It has like a contract to buy the older used cars they get. So that's pretty much what happened to this. This went to a used car lot, and I found this on Auto Trader last Sunday, and then I went up this following Monday and looked at it, test drove it, and I put a deposit down on it, simply just because I knew the car would not last. And then I picked it up yesterday, which was Thursday. So yeah, it's so far, I mean, I drove it to work today. I've done 120 miles today so far, and it's comfortable, it's good, it drives great, it's really comfortable. You know, it's a Buick, so a 90s Buick, that, so it's really comfortable again. So this was a one owner vehicle, and it only got 72, almost 73,000 miles on it, and it's got a full Carfax history record of it. I have all the surface records. This car has been to the Buick dealership for literally everything, even brakes, right down to brakes and tires. So I'm pretty safe to say that this is gonna be a good car. You know, it's gonna be getting 30 to 40,000 miles put on it a year. So this is my new daily, essentially. The Focus is gonna stay in the garage over the winter, and it's only gonna come out on nice days. So here it is, 1998 Buick LeSabre Custom. Now I want to say the Custom was the mid-level trim. I think you had a lower end Custom and then a higher equipped Custom, and then you had a Buick LeSabre Limited, which gave you like maybe a sunroof and an auto climate, and I think that's about it. But I'm not a pro on these. I'm really not. Our family's owned a few Buicks. My grandpa, he had a 2005 Buick Century back when they were brand new. We also had a 2001 Buick LeSabre Custom as well a few years ago, if you guys do remember that. That is on the channel. But we'll get on to this one. Now this one, as you can see, is in a silver color. It looks really good right now, even without being waxed. There is also a pinstripe, which I do really like. It actually is starting to come off along here. I do think some wax will help that. I think when the Chevy dealership detailed it, they may have buffed too hard. I mean, as there is just some wax residue, but the dealerships really half-ass detail these things. I mean, there's just wax all over the cracks. So a nice clay bar will get that off. As you can see, it is a LeSabre Custom right there. And for the wheels, these are 16-inch wheels. These are 225/60 16s. And actually, I put two new Pirellis on my Odyssey. So I'm going to actually get the two Pirellis swapped over onto this, and I'm going to probably eventually in a couple weeks, probably for the first snowfall, I'll get two more Pirellis put on it. Now these are good tires. I mean, they're off-brand. They're Trevra Tourings, but I looked at the date stamp on them, and they are from 2007. So there's no dry rotting or anything, but they're getting a little stiff, and they just, you know, for the driving I do, I'd rather have some good safe tires. And I'll just get these swapped onto the Odyssey before I get rid of it. As you can see, it does have the typical GM lug covers, but yeah, they're not hubcaps or anything, and they're not pitted that bad. So everything is in one piece as well. Unfortunately, a lot of these generations of the Buicks from the 90s, they do rust up pretty bad down there on the rocker panels. I wasn't too concerned about it, just because I simply have a nicer car, a new car, and I will eventually get to that, and I'll sand it and paint it and throw some Rhino liner on it and stuff. That's just in time. Again, the pinstripe does follow through to the back, and no rust coming up in here or anything like that, so that's nice. This car was definitely garage kept. And coming around through the back, there's, you know, it's just such a 90s car. Of course, it is from the 90s, but it's just so 90s, just classic American luxury. I mean, these seats this is quite possibly the most comfortable car I have driven, and I do mean that. Do have halogen headlights, and you actually do have separate high beams I'm not too much of a fan of that, just because when you go to replace them, there's 4 bulbs in there instead of 2, so that just get costly if and when they do go out. It does have daytime running lights as well. They are always on. So yeah, and even the headlights, they're not that faded. I mean, I could really make those look good. The grille, it's like in great shape. There's no pitting or rust or anything on the hood. It's just a boat. I mean, it's a really clean example, and I really think this is quite possibly the cleanest LeSabre in the country right now. As I did look on Auto Trader, and this is definitely on the top 5, I'd say. So we will come in here now to the interior, and as you can see, I do have the keys laying here. I actually did get 2 sets of keys, and this is like a brand new key fob, and this is they're brand new keys. I'm using the new set. And looking at the interior, as you can see, it is a little dirty, but I mean, 72,000 miles, it's not bad. I'm definitely going to go over it with some conditioner and clean it up, and just give it the once around when I get a new car. It is torn right here, though. I don't really know what that could be from, but probably just fold over on top of fold over. But I mean, that's covered up anyways. But I'm not too worried about little stuff like that. I mean, that's probably just from the guy's pants, and probably had a pocket knife in the handle, probably stuff old people carry, or a comb, I don't know. But the carpets, I mean, they are virtually 100% clean. Little to no stains. I mean, even the driver mat is in great shape. We'll step on in here now. As you can see with the carpets, they detailed it great. I don't even probably didn't think it even needed detailed, but the car is in pretty much like new condition. So we'll start it up here. It does have that 3800 starter noise, which I don't think sounds too good, but nonetheless, the 3800 motors, I think they're pretty good. I'm not gonna start flapping it, but about the 3800, because everyone's like, they're so bulletproof. These motors really are a hit or miss. It's all on how you take care of the car. That's my own personal opinion. 72,969, there you go. That's how much I've gone on that tank of gas. So hopefully it can be pretty fuel efficient. I've heard good things about these motors. It sounds good right now. It's mechanically sound as far as I'm concerned. There may be a small exhaust leak. I don't know. I think that's just the exhaust. But I'm looking at the steering wheel, leather wrapped wheel, and then you have some foam right here. And every single one of these I see, I don't care if it's got 50,000 miles on it, it's chewed up, and this one isn't. I've never seen a LeSabre with this clean. Coming over to the doors, you have some speakers in here. This does have your concert sound. It's average. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. You also have a tweeter here, so this is a 6-speaker audio system. Then you have your headlight controls here, your unlock, your lock, your window locks, up, down, all that stuff. Then you have your seat controls right here, which was quite confusing, but now I got the hang of it. But there it is. It takes a second, but you get it eventually. Then you have a manual backrest right here. Upper door panel materials. It's a hard touch vinyl, but it's soft in a way. Then you have your really just cheap looking wood, but it's 90s, so it's okay. Then this is all soft touch down your carpets here. But yeah, single zone climate control. The AC does work. I was blasting it today, and I got chilled out instantly, so it does work, which is a plus. The Odyssey did not have AC. It also is a non-smoker, and the ashtray, I mean, it's just so clean. It does not have an owner's manual or anything like that. I could go to the junkyard and easily get one of those. So I'm not too worried about that. You have a cassette player and a disc player. As you can see, a cassette did get stuck in there, and last night I tried prying it out. I'll eventually get it out, but I'm not too worried about it. I just figured I'd see if I can mess with it and do something, but I just tore it up, the cassette itself. We'll turn the car off. Not too worried about letting it run for the video. Center console, again, it's in great shape. Take that off. Every GM has such an obnoxious dinger. There you go, you have that. And then you have your cup holders. These are the only cup holders in the car, and yeah, they're awful. So I can definitely see some drinks going flying soon. Then the passenger seat right there. Again, you can see, it looks like no one's ever sat in it. The only little thing I don't really understand is this. I don't get how this is worn right here. The only thing I could think of is possibly when the car was parked, maybe like everything was shadowed off, then the sun just kind of baked this portion. But this is puzzling me. I don't get it, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna pop the hood here. Thank you, sir. But anyways, coming to the rear, I tried to block the road off. It didn't really work too well. But coming to the rear, the seats are in fantastic shape. Carpets, there's no one's ever sat back here. So you also have dual seat pockets right here. It's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand. But anyways, coming back here, the materials do follow through as well, and you have an ashtray for the back. Again, just 90s stuff. Then some carpet down here, and very, very comfortable plush back seats. You have an armrest right here as well. I just can't say enough. I just think I did really well with this purchase versus the Odyssey. The Odyssey really was just falling the fuck apart. So that really wouldn't have lasted too long anyways. So probably by the end of winter, I'd probably be looking for something. So coming to the trunk, again, the sun is right there, so I do apologize for that. You have a net right here, and then you do have a spare tire under here, which has never been used. I looked at it already. It's a Goodyear donut, and your jack is right there. Then here's your trunk. I don't see any type of latch in case someone gets thrown back here, but I would suspect it's probably doesn't even have one. So but yeah, the rest of the car, I mean, the rocker panels are a little bit better shape on this side, but this is just kind of gone. I'm gonna try to do some Bondo work and just see what I can do with it. I mean, I'm not really too concerned about how it turns out, but we'll give it a shot eventually when I have some free time here. But here it is, guys. This is definitely going to be my new daily for a little bit. We'll see how long it runs. If I can get it to 100,000 miles with little to no work, I think it'll be a great vehicle. Then it actually is strut assisted. So under the hood, we do have a bulletproof 3800 Series 2 V6. Again, we'll see how it runs, but it's clean. I mean, there's like the pinch welds are clean. There's no corrosion. Under here, it's it's clean. You could eat off this in a sense. But yeah, it just looks really good. You also do have a Strut Tower Bar. Now I wanted to mention that is actually because this does have the Grand Touring suspension. I never even knew that was a thing until I got in this car. Of course my car has it, but I have never seen a LeSabre. I've never even heard of it, but that Strut Tower Bar, that's what says it for me. So hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video of my new daily. Any questions, definitely drop them down below, and as usual guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to y'all later.